I wanna hear it talking shit, fuck the drama. Keep it coming, I'ma send you to your mama. Mr. Whip, and the gun down.
Hi there, welcome to a special Saturday night Craft Ed. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am in the kitchen with Rico.
Someone's in the kitchen with Rico. Hey, this is like old days. Remember you and James, Saturday night streams? Yeah, it's like the old days. Love it.
I used to love the Saturday night show.
So did I. Looked forward to it every week.
I really liked when we would go to a fish store. I really thought that would have taken off, but we never got around to doing it.
Yeah, those were fun. Yeah, it's sort of behind the scenes stuff in the fish stores.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, maybe we'll have to bring it back somehow. I don't know how, but we'll figure it out. But I can't tell. Is anybody even here? Because I have no chat and I'm far away.
So people, tonight we're going to do like those Aquashella channels because Ed can't see the chat at all. So if you've got things you want to ask him or point out to him or yell at him about or whatever, do that Rico stand so I see it and I can feed it to him because he's too far away from it. Want me to say some highs what before we get going?
It'd be wonderful. I'd love to hear who's here.
I will use the participants list. No, I won't because there's only like 4 people on there. It's not. What are you doing? Are you like stretching?
No, I was showing that I have pants on. You don't have to show us.
Go ahead.
You don't have to show us what's going under the screen for you.
Okay, good. Yeah, because people have to squint and stuff. It's just not good. Oinky. Hi, Oinky. First in. Dr. Awesome says he's, and I saw later on in the chat, he said his meds are kicking in. He's having a really rough time with his back. He's had surgery and he's not doing well. Hard to type when you have to lay on your stomach half the day. And then later on, he did say that he was going to be watching on TV. So he won't be in the chat, but he's going to be watching. And I hope you feel better.
Right.
And there's Lando and Anthony's fishy friends. Hello.
So Lando on your show.
Saw who?
So Lando came on after I left.
On Halloween. Yes.
That was awesome, Lando. And good to see Anthony.
Yeah, it's been a long time. TK Tropicals. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. There's Jimmy P. There's Todd, TJ Autocross, Adam McReynolds, Scotty the Fish Freak, and Stephen P. Craig's Catfish Cave. Oh, now they're starting to come in. They're starting to come in here. I'm being inundated with names. Sandy Dowdy. Hi, Sandy. Scotty the Fish Freak. And Dapper Dennis. Ray Aquatics. Hi, Robert. It's been a little while. And he's got something to say there, too. So we'll have to come back up to that. Jenna P says, can you just randomly yell and see if you can startle Ed? Jenna. Hi, Jenna. And not Nola Jane is here. And I apologize if I miss anybody else. But again, if you guys got any comments for Ed, do like Oinky and Jenna did there, because Ed can't even see the chat at all. Okay. That's it. We're done.
And okay, so tonight is going to be a different type of Craft Ed. Because you're probably all thinking, what are we going to talk about fish? Well, Rico has fish behind him, and I have a guppy on my shirt.
Plus, Taylor Stiff has a fish. There's a fish over there.
What's on my back of my shirt?
Sweet.
Oh.
Dude.
I thought it was a Nico one.
It is.
Nico with
Dude, Where's My Car?
With the fish fan.
You ever see the movie Dude, Where's My Car? They have 2 tattoos on their back, and one said sweet, the other said dude. And they kept going back and forth.
I never watched that. That was that guy with the blonde hair and the guy that is married to that other gal.
Yeah, people that are married and blondes. That's exactly it.
Well, the one guy, he was, I think, at engineering from Iowa State or Iowa University. What's his name?
Ashton Kutcher. He was the one guy.
Kutcher.
And I've actually drawn a blank on the other guy. I can't remember who it is now. Somebody will tell us in the chat.
The boring guy.
Scotty Fish. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Steve-O would have been a better job than that other guy.
Scuba Steve. Who, Steve?
Scuba Steve-O.
Scotty the Fish Freak said, "Did you see my member milestone?" I did not, Scotty.
Was it? Is it time for me to make new ones?
Oh, look at that. $10 super chat from Todd. He says, just because you guys are awesome. Oh, no. Amazing.
Should I do one special thing for Todd?
You should. You should. Okay. Especially for Todd.
Because I'm not at Aquashella right now, and I'm missing John and Todd.
Hi, Vodosky.
There was something stupid I did at Aquashella years ago, and I found it today, so I made it.
I love how angry you said. You told John to look angry. Is that what you said?
I said John to do something, I think.
Yeah, because he looked angry about whatever it was. He looked mad. He looked very mad. That was his cop face. Wasn't he a cop like years and years ago? He
was a cop.
Yeah.
In Washington, D.C.
That was his cop face. License and registration, please.
I wonder if he had hair then. He probably looked like Bruce Willis back then.
Oh, we didn't see that. Oh, here we go. I'm so sorry. Scotty the Fish Freak, I see it now. I went to see Ed's Fish Rooms. Never have. That was his membership message for 14 months. I am so sorry. Oh. I did see it, Scotty, and I totally forgot about it. So that's what he was saying. Sorry, Scotty.
What? I forgot all about it, but there's like a little monthly thing on there too.
That's what it is. That's his monthly message.
Well,
that you mean?
There's like I made a whole bunch of Nico heads.
Oh, gotcha.
And they have different colors behind them.
Yeah. He's got the white and blue. That's his.
Last one, I don't think has a color circle behind it.
Well, Nancy B has one on by her name, and it's red, and she's got a $5 super chat. Reminder, we all get to fix our clocks tonight. And let's see, I see blue. It looks like most people have blue for I do see some reds, but it looks like most of them are blue. Well, I was your first member. Blue. Yeah, so blue is the month that we're in.
Awesome. Just fun little things. Rico helped me this week figure out how to do some stuff on StreamYard, so I reformatted everything and I'm starting over. And then he was telling me today we might get rid of it.
Yeah, there's some options. We got some options. Yes.
I'm not complaining. Well, okay, are you ready for tonight's craft?
Wait. Is what you showed me earlier, is that involving tonight's craft?
It is.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure, because if they weren't, I was going to point them out. But okay.
Tonight, so this is a little different than a normal fish show. So you guys can ask as many fish questions as possible to try to throw me off. I'm not a cook. I'm a terrible cook. But I have wanted these skull pans my whole life. Well, not really my whole life, but for the last 20 years. They're black cast iron because I always make something special for our big Halloween party that my sister throws, or I used to throw it in Missouri, but now she does it here. Well, we didn't do it this year because my sister is moving and she's like relocating right now. So we didn't postpone. Well, we didn't postpone. We just didn't have one. So I didn't get to make a Halloween food. So I am going to make a Halloween food tonight. And I know it's stupid and I don't care because it's going to be fun. And my mom is out of town. So my dad and I are going to scarf it all down.
See, it was the worst night for you to do this because I haven't, it's 8 o'clock, we're here on the East Coast. So it's 8 o'clock and I have not had dinner. I had a bagel this morning and I've had a piece of butter bread with some hot pepper jelly on it. And that's all. That's it. That's all I've had all day. Oh no, that's a lie. I also had one piece of Halloween candy and that's all I got. Oh, wait, real quick, before you get going more, Scotty said I can't even find videos of his fish room. I want to say 2 years ago was the last time you streamed. It might be that long now. But there's a lot of, he used to always stream from his fish room, and they're very blue behind him. So that'll help you if you're looking for the thumbnail. It's he sits so that the corner of the room is right behind him, and his tanks were very blue on the side.
Yeah, I've got a poker table in there, and I sit because the poker table's not round, but it's like a hex, and I sit at one of the corners of the hex with it, and I set the whole room up for streaming and fish. And when I put that wall of tanks in across the front, I can't get signal in there anymore. So, and it's literally like if I'm pointing, the fish room's that way. So I'm standing over, I'm in my mom's kitchen because it's real big and pretty. My kitchen is directly below, but it's not real big and pretty and has a lot of fish stuff all over it. So that's why we're doing it in here. And all the good stuff is in here.
And again, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Nathan came in. Brandon came in. There was somebody else. Who else? We got Nola. James' brother Dan came in. Red Laser. I think we got everybody.
So this is coming from no recipe. I don't use no stinking recipes. We're just creating. Okay. We don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be good. And I did practice a couple at the end. We'll pop those, or earlier, right before the show, I made one set of stuff. Well, actually, 2 sets of stuff. Actually, 4 sets of stuff. But we'll pop that after I make it while we're waiting for it to bake. But it overcooked, I think. It looks like it's 4 minutes overcooked. So I'm going to go 10 minutes instead of 15.
You got to break it open, though, and you got to taste that inside and make sure. Maybe it's, maybe the inside is just right.
The insides might be just right, but I care about the illusion of the looks.
Yeah, but if it's doughy.
Yeah, I don't want it to be doughy, but this is definitely not doughy.
It
got a little too dark brown.
My stomach's
looks more like wood than skulls.
Wooden skulls. Okay. Didn't George Washington have a wooden skull? I believe that's the story, right? When he chopped down the apple tree with his teeth.
He has some wood parts.
I think it was a wooden skull. I believe that's the.
Oops. See if we do this. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of flour and I'm dropping it on the rolling pan. I bought the cheap stuff because I'm cheap. But I'm going with pizza dough. And now we've got to try to figure out how to open these. Ooh, that one came off really good.
Hi, Kalish. People really want to see your fish room, Ed. They really want to see it.
Well, I just set up some cool 2 new fish tanks in there, and I'm about to set up 2 more.
Maybe it's time. That's what TJ said. It's a time for Fish Room Tour 2023.
Yeah. Or I just wait till 2024 and do it from there.
We got to get you hooked up. It's too bad, I always say, but it's too bad we don't live closer together, so I could come help you run those cables and we could get you hooked up downstairs. What are you using to what is that? What do we got? Oh, it's just a knife. Okay.
It's a big knife.
Big knife. That's not a knife.
Well, Craig's allowed to say that. So I'm cutting it up into 6 parts. Throwing my knife.
Parts is parts.
And I want to make this big and flat because I tried it earlier and fat and short didn't work.
So many jokes there. I'm being good.
I was waiting.
I'm being good tonight.
You are.
It's a bloody spoon. It's a bloody spoon. That wasn't Australian at all. I said bloody.
I was told to get canola oil so they don't stick, but I went there and I thought buttered flavored oil sounded better, so I bought butter.
Is it real butter or is it butter flavor only?
Right, just oily, buttery flavor. So I'm spreading this out over the pan. And let's make the ham ones first. I think these are my dad's favorite because my dad is a huge ham guy.
It's got the
The
cheese.
sharp
That's all that
cheddar.
matters to me.
The cheddar or the what type of cheese?
Yes. I'm not particular. As long as it's not raisin cheese, we're good to go.
Okay, so I'm putting my diced ham in there.
You're
I'm gonna
supposed
put a
to
little bit more cheese on top of the ham because you should have cheese, extra cheese. And
Todd said, at least it's not dead fish flavor. He's talking about the beans. And again, real quick, if anybody's got any comments for Ed, he's so far away from the chat, he can't see it at all. So do the @RicoStan, and I'll make sure he gets your messages. So anything you want to tell him, you got to go through me.
this one came out awesome.
Got to hold it up. We got to see it. Looks like it's comfortable in its little blanket.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to make another ham. And what we're going to do is we're going to put one ham here and one ham here. Why? Because we don't know. I just thought it would be better than going cross angles.
Patty's here.
Who's here?
Patty. Adam McReynolds. I don't know if I said hi to you. I think I got everybody else. Patty just came in. She said that bag of diced ham. Oh, the little thing is I can't. Think I'm going to retch.
Ooh, she must really like the ham.
And Miss Patty, I sent you a message in Discord when you get a chance. I did say hi to Adam. Well, you get two, Adam, because you're special in a good way.
Well, you know, he's the first.
The first Adam?
Yeah.
Karate.
Whenever you get the name Adam, you get to be the first. I hope his last name starts with an A.
It's M. He's a Mick.
Oh.
No, that's not what I meant, people. I didn't mean that slur. I didn't mean that. I meant Mick Reynolds. I didn't mean the slur.
What's the slur?
Mick.
Or I probably shouldn't ask, should I?
Yeah, listen, we'll just leave it alone.
I didn't know there was a Mick slur. Okay, so that was the ham.
Nola
so
Jane.
fast.
Nola
so
Jane
easy.
said you should put the meat first and then the cheese. Why?
What? Hey, I'm here to learn too.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Is there a reason? And then, real quick, Oinky's got a question. Would you have any interest in trying? Oh, it's for me. Trying smoked bourbon coffee. I will try anything that you guys send me, Oinky. Anything.
You know, I drank some coffee with Oinky, and I hate coffee, but it was strawberry cheesecake. And you know what? It actually wasn't strawberry cheesecake, but she told me like 8 times it was strawberry cheesecake, and then when she pulled it out, it turned out that it was like some other strawberry. But all I can remember is the cheesecake.
Scotty said that Jesse from Just One More Fish, who was a vendor at the last few clashes and a sponsor as well, was in a terrible accident. His van rolled over multiple times, caught fire, and he was ejected. Today, was that today? Is he, I mean, how is he doing? Was he, it doesn't sound like he's okay, but.
You know what would make him feel good is comfort food like this.
Hey, Ed, terrible. Do you want to bring one of those over and like put it on the edge? Because a lot of people are coming in and they want to know what you're making. And I thought if you just set it on the edge, ooh, roasted garlic.
Yeah, there was like a million sauces, and so I went with the garlic sauce.
Sounds good. I like garlic.
And a whole lot of mozzarella cheese. And a little bit of ham for Patty. These are the pizza ones. And then the pepperonis.
Patty says that sauce brand is really good. You want to show it to us again after you do that? You can finish. You can finish.
This sauce brand's good.
Mazzetta.
Tastes delicious.
Scotty says he's been in chats. He's talking to Jen from Small World Aquatics, and they're working on setting something up for him and more info to
that's
come.
awesome.
Okay. Well, keep us updated somehow. Discord, whatever. Videos, chats, whatever it is. Please keep us updated.
Uh-oh. This one's got a hole in it.
We've got a hole.
Hopefully it sticks together.
Yeah, you want the hole to stick
Putting
together.
that over here. So yeah, I feel terrible. Well, no, I am going to make some vegetarian ones too.
Big Steve.
So for all you people that think meat is gross, we're going to destroy some plants also.
Are you going to put cheese in it?
No. It's a secret.
Oh, I think that was a Cypress Hill song. Insane
It's
in
a
the
secret.
membrane. Going insane. Got no brain.
Oh my gosh, this stuff is so awesome. I can't wait to eat it.
I missed Mr. Soltera too coming in. He's here too, and he said, "Hey, what's Ed making? Sculpty calzones?"
Yeah.
Hi, Bex.
Oh, that's kind of like what they are, is calzones.
Hi, Lady Bex. Scotty said he's been in the hospital about a week and had multiple surgeries. Sounds like his entire left side is destroyed. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. I want to also say hey to my brother because he's been in the hospital for the last 3 days. He's been super sick, and it's a bummer.
Why can I not remember his name? Is it Eric? Why can I not remember his name?
Eric Wyrock?
No, your brother's name.
Oh, Tim?
I can never remember it for some reason. I don't know why.
It's all right. He doesn't remember yours either.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even know you.
He probably doesn't even know me. So why should I care? Hi, Sketters.
Actually, he probably does because he does watch my show occasionally.
And we've actually talked before when he was doing the Pampered Chef, I believe. Chef. I said
yeah.
Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef. I don't know what a Pampered Chef is.
So now I'm making something. I don't know what this is going to be like. This is the first time I've ever done it, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make an enchilada.
An enchilada? What's this? Why can't you tell what this is? Is it chicken?
I chopped up chicken. I chopped up a chicken breast. And
Uncle Bruce.
I've got
TJ. TJ said hi to Uncle Bruce.
Sauce. Is Uncle Bruce here? Hi, Uncle Bruce. I love you.
I don't know if he is. I don't know if he is here, but Todd, TJ Autocraft, said hi to him because he usually watches.
Uncle Bruce gets mad when I don't have my shows on Thursdays. I don't know if he knows about Saturdays.
Patty thought that was walnuts that you were putting in there. I wasn't sure what it is either. It looked to me like cheese curds.
Well, Patty's probably never seen meat before.
I got nothing to say about that.
Okay, so I don't know. I poured that in there, and then let's mix it up with a spoon.
Yeah, you don't want it too soupy. Look like just about the right amount.
No, it's too soupy. It's too soupy, but we got more chicken to put in it. I wish I would have bought some of those soft taco shell things.
Yeah.
And then I could have, man, it smells so good. Then I could have made it with that. Oh, that's like perfect amount.
See, I could eat that just like it is. I love the red enchilada sauce.
Me too. It's my favorite of the Mexican sauces.
There's a lot of good moles and stuff. There's a lot of good Mexican sauces, for sure.
What's the one that has the burnt peanuts? I hate that one.
Burnt peanuts?
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
actually, it might be burnt plantains with peanuts.
Man, Mike
Had
of
it-
Mike Beach Room had quite quadruple bypass yesterday. Wow,
Oh
a
my
lot of people having issues lately. A lot. There's a lot of health issues out there right now.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry, dude. Okay, so should I put the cheese first, Nola Jane?
That's what she said. She said, now let me go back up. She did say why. Something about it would be hotter, firster. Where was that? That's going to be up a little ways. Where's Nola Jane? There we go. The bottom will get hotter first. And you like a nice hot bottom.
Dude,
Wait, is
I'm
it
so
cheese?
excited about this.
Did you mix the cheese in with in the cup?
No, I just put it at the bottom, like she said.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, cheese. And she also said
That's
put
why
some of
I
that
asked.
flour on your rolling pin.
No, the enchilada sauce is making it so it doesn't pinch shut. Who here has ever made enchilada sauce stuff?
Oh yeah, we made enchilada stuff quite a few times. Enchiladas, baked enchiladas. Oh yeah, that's all different green enchilada or red enchilada sauce.
I don't like green enchilada sauce. I don't like green sauce in general.
Guacamole.
Yeah, I don't like guacamole either.
What? Hi, Night Owl.
Hi, Night.
Dennis said, all this makes me feel healthy. Oh, we didn't say hi to Alishon either. Hi, Alishon.
Hello, Alishon. This is
Hello.
going to be so awesome, guys.
I really don't like what we're doing tonight. I really don't. I'm not enjoying this because I don't get to have any of that. I don't get to smell it. I don't get to taste it. And we know it's all about me. So I'm not.
And
I'm
if
not
I do a snarf and barf, by the time it gets to you, it's going to be moldy.
Yeah, it's just not going to work.
I guess
Merrick,
I could do the snarf and barf,
you could.
and you just get to watch and cry.
Hi, Merrick. It all looks delicious,
Merrick.
though. Steven said Jenna doesn't like guac, but she still makes it for us for the good of the marriage.
Well, if I ever come visit, you don't have to make it that day.
Patty
if you do,
said,
I'll
Patty
pretend
said,
like I like it.
sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there again. Patty said, Rico's jealous. Eat a few jelly beans. I do have one more box of them. Rich T is in the house.
Okay, now I think I'm supposed to put butter on this. I don't know why.
Just sort of, any like crispy, I don't know, it makes it the butter or the thing a little flakier. Adam said, Rico Snarfer Barf always makes me hungry. And then Sarah J came in. Hello. Is Ed meal prepping? He's making them dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Dinner.
These are my talents that I don't know that I have.
A Bionic Bigfoot
But
is here too.
I normally always make something cool for Halloween.
So
The coolest thing I make is witch's fingers. And I use the trick with the witch's fingers is to use sliced almonds and put them on as their nails.
what
They
is the
look like really disgusting nails.
what is the rest of it? What's the witch's fingers?
It's a almond cookie,
Oh, okay.
an almond sugar cookie.
I mean, because witch's fingers could be anything. It could have been like some blackened meat, or could have been, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
So
This
what's
is going in at 420. It said 420, or it said 425, but for Patty, I decided to go 420.
Yeah, okay. Here.
And then we want this to come out in 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's exactly 8:30.
Perfect.
Okay, so at
Yeah.
8:40, we got to get it out. Now I got to drink some tea.
Night Owl Aquatics said, "Is Ed branching off? We've got Craft Ed and Cook Ed, the new show." And again, real quick, anybody that just came in, Ed can't see chat at all. So if you got any comments or questions for him, do at Rico Stan so it pops out, and I know to send that over to Ed. And I got one, Ed, but you want to say something?
I think it'd be funnier to be cooked. Cooked. I don't know. Okay. I know I'm not going to keep doing this because I'm terrible at cooking.
Cooking. Jenna says, if Ed wanted to come visit us, we'd definitely make sure that he had lots of good Louisiana food to eat. Plus, he could bring Oinky. And Oinky and Ed are going to be at the OCA soon.
Yeah. The OCA is in like 3 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks.
2 weeks, Oinky said.
Yeah. Oh, this is a croissant roll.
Oh.
I forgot to show you guys. But
These are the
pops open on its own.
These are the dessert ones.
Yeah.
Right? Adam says, is drinking tea part of the recipe?
Well, it is when you live in the South. Tea is kind of a necessity in the South.
Is Tennessee the South?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what's next up? What are you making this time?
This is the dessert ones. And I think I left this out of the refrigerator too long. And look, it's all goopy.
Yeah, a little more flour on it will probably help.
Well, it's on a floury thing. As long as I can break it off into 6 pieces. 6 equal pieces. Let's just make it into a ball, dude.
There you go.
This isn't going to beat us.
Nancy B said, yes, we are in the South. See, we've got the Midwest. We need to also have something for the middle of the country that way. Because you got the North, you got the South, you got the West, you got the Northeast, you got the Southeast, but Tennessee's sort of almost in the middle. Not quite, but it's in there.
Yeah, it touches Missouri, and Missouri and Kansas are really in the middle, I think.
Yeah. Big time. The real question is it sweet tea or unsweet? It's sweet tea, right? I know it's got to be sweet tea. Milo's.
Now, they just started a new sweet tea that's called extra sweet, but I didn't buy it. Because I'm like, well, I really like the sweet tea. I don't know if I want to get hooked to super sweet tea.
We used to make...
Milo's is like the king of the tea down here.
We used to make sun tea all the time in Arizona, where you just put out the big, 1 gallon glass jar and put tea bags in it for all day. Let the sun cook it.
I need to put a little more flour on my thing.
And then you sweeten it up.
So I wanted to do peaches, but they didn't have peaches. I live right next to Georgia, and there was no peach pie filling.
Millions of peaches.
Peaches for me.
No peaches for you.
No peaches for me. So this time we're going to use gravestones. They're not as cool as the skulls, but all the skulls were bought, and so all I got was gravestones.
Still appropriate.
Yeah. Well, and I bought 2 of these. I wish I would have bought 2 skulls. So next time I see a skull pan somewhere, I'm going to buy it. So I can do it. So we're going to go with cherry pie filling. I'm going to put 5 cherries in each one. And I have no idea if that's a good number or not. Has anybody ever worked with cherries? You know what? 6 cherries. Has anybody here ever worked with cherries?
I'm just going to sit over here and quietly chew on my tongue.
I've never made anything with cherries that was like a...
Now, does that feel like it fits in there right?
Look, it looks good to me.
It looks good to me. I think you got the right amount.
A big part of it is getting this thing flat, though, spreading it out.
Pitted, hopefully. Yeah, it was a cherry pie filling. So yeah, it better be pitted.
I don't know. Where does it say?
No, it's got to be. If it's pie filling, then yeah, it's. I mean, there could still possibly be a couple of pits, but they need to, they don't miss too many.
Well, the funny thing is it's for Halloween, so it would be kind of a joke. You know what I think would be really good for those pizza things that I didn't do was I wish I would have bought black olives.
Oh yeah. Milo's is one of the, Sarah says Milo's is one of the good ones that doesn't use sugar substitute, so I can drink it. And then she said the more cherries, the better. More cherry, less filling goop.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of goop.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's just sugary stuff.
I think my dad is going to really enjoy it.
Patty, what's on the plates on the counter? Those are already finished. Those are ones he made earlier.
Looking around it, she's sneaking peeks.
That's what she does. She can't focus. She's looking everywhere. She's got those wandering eyes.
Wandering eyes.
You
I don't
my.
know why that came to my mind. I had some left over. I think I'm going to put it with this ball because this ball seems a little small.
Nancy. She said, Milo's has a weird woody aftertaste to me, like a popsicle stick. Rico would love it.
Did I already say I got to meet Nancy last week?
You did.
It was awesome.
We didn't say it tonight, but I knew that you did.
She's got a dark secret.
Oh.
Should I share it? You know what? I shall share it because that team beat Missouri today. She was wearing a Georgia t-shirt.
Gasp.
I know. Her name's Nancy from Tennessee, and she's wearing a Georgia shirt.
Traitor.
But I was wearing a Kansas City shirt, and I'm Chattanooga Ed.
Yeah, so you're all a bunch of traitors. I see how it is in the South. No loyalty.
Well, the good thing is I was in Knoxville.
Ooh, Sketty's got some rhubarb in the freezer. I do like a rhubarb. We get some every year from Michelle's aunt. She grows a ton of it.
Don't eat the leaves.
Yeah, bad.
Did you know the leaves are poisonous for humans and reindeer?
And reindeer?
Yeah.
No,
There's a trick.
Haven't had
we
any
got
reindeer.
a Brazilian deer around our house, and if you grow rhubarb in your garden, it'll keep the deer away. But then they eat your compost pile.
I did not know.
Our compost pile was gone. It was so weird.
Jenna P says, as long as it wasn't a Bama shirt. And Nancy said, no, definitely not.
Yeah, I was telling Sean Peck's wife, who's a huge football fan, I told her that since I moved to Tennessee, I really root for the Tennessee guys, but I don't know what I like better, if I like Tennessee more or hate Alabama more. So I think I actually they root for anybody to beat Alabama, kind of like New England.
Yeah.
Okay. So, good James, we got cherry. And guess what we're going to do for the next flavor?
Don't wait. Oh, too late. Apple. Right in the apple. Paul would like to know what's the deal with Ed and Aquashella. Is it something you feel like talking about or not really, Ed?
Uh, well, they got a new GM, and he just doesn't think that I'm worth having around. So, uh, last time we showed up and found out that we were being cut out of everything, and the owner felt bad and gave us his room, and they didn't pay for my gas. I like my pay, I always donate back to them. So I've never taken a paycheck from them, but I've donated all my paychecks back. But I guess he just doesn't think I'm worth a room, because I was like, well, I'll pay for the gas, but I'm not paying for a room and gas and working the whole time, because I don't get to do a lot of, I don't get to do anything when I'm at these shows but work.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that they wanted me to go there and pay my full, me pay for everything and
And
work.
sorry to interrupt you. Did you put a timer on the oven?
No.
It's
What time
time.
was I supposed to take it out?
A minute ago.
Oh, okay. Check out these cool gloves.
Nice. Eric Wyrock would like those. So they
No,
basically just treated you badly, even though you've done a ton of work for the event over the last 2.5 years or so.
Needs
Not
two
yet?
more minutes.
2 more minutes, Patty. You're in charge of that. So they just, it's unfortunate. I know how much, I mean, I talked to you when you're at Aquashella, a lot, because we do the stream and the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, I have 800 views on that. Just my last live stream through their place, and I always enjoy doing that.
yeah.
But it's all right. Maybe enough people will say stuff and they'll say, "Oh, Ed, you weren't there." But like all the games that we had planned, I didn't bring them. Oh, so this is just apple, so I want it to look gross, so I'm putting red dye in it.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you were adding to it there. Jenna P would like to know if you've seen all the TikToks with women telling their husbands that Taylor Swift is putting Travis Kelce on the map. Have you seen those?
I've lived it. I go to my doctor's office and she said how lucky Travis Kelce is that now he's being famous because of Taylor Swift. Just coincidence that he was on Saturday Night Live.
Hi, Jorge.
But she still is helping him. There's no denying that.
Sure. I mean, when you've got that many fans. There's Select Pet. Hi, John.
Hey, John. I got to hang out with John last week, too.
I got to see.
I want to get the blood off the thing.
Yeah, you always want the blood off the thing. You don't want to leave blood on the thing. There's Eric Wyrock.
Eric!
2 minutes already?
You must have heard about the gloves.
2 minutes already.
I bet you heard the gloves.
We've got our Alexa replacement told us that the timer's up. What's up, June?
I had to get these at an Eric Wyrock garage sale. They're hard to you even take things out with this big claw. There's like a claw in the way. I can't do this. Okay, so Eric, your gloves.
It's your fault, Eric. Kansas City Chiefs will be your next breakup album, Adam says.
Well, I only know one of her songs, and I didn't even know she sang it. It was that Romeo and Juliet song.
I don't know.
And the only reason why I know it is because this funny guy with a big beard sings it at the grocery store all the time.
I know the one with the trouble because of the screaming goats.
I've never heard of that. She has screaming goats in her video?
No, somebody replaced it, and it's a beautiful thing, and that's the only reason I know it, because she was watching somebody make it.
Well, she lives in Nashville, doesn't she? So she's a Tennessee girl.
I honestly don't know anything about her. Nothing against her. I just don't. I don't listen to a lot of pop music, and I mean, maybe she's super talented. I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
I know some of them, some of the pop stars are super talented, have amazing voices, but a lot of times you can't tell because the music is so overproduced, you don't know what you're really listening to. And I don't know if that's her case or not. I have no idea. I don't know any of it. So,
Well, she's doing something right if she's making that type of money.
oh yeah, making a ton, just a ton. Screaming Goats, was that Rico's nickname in college? Close, close.
I wish my brother was married to her.
She's a robot.
And I could get into Chiefs games.
Did Ed check what happened? What? Check what? Check one? Check. Did Ed check what happened? Oh, the ones that were in the oven? Yeah, he took them out.
Yeah. It was just, I couldn't pick them up with this claw because of all this extra stuff right here. I couldn't grab the pan.
They're decorative. You should put them on Taylor Stiff.
Oh boy. The chicken ones popped open. That's interesting. We'll show those as soon as they're not too hot. Once you finish. Oh, bummer. Oh no, that's all right. I want to just make the dessert ones, and then maybe those won't be so hot. And we'll pull them out. Now I know sometimes things will keep cooking in the pan, and that's a bad thing. So hopefully it's not still cooking in the pan. But guys, I am not a professional cook. I'm not even an amateur cook. I'm a Halloween cook, a holiday cook. I have made like Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners.
Yeah.
So I have made a couple of things. I got to get another apple out because I'm short an apple. And I make amazing what are those frozen pizzas?
I used to cook a lot. I did. I like to. The problem is I'm a lot like my son, and I do like to experiment when I cook. Like the other night, we had some diced pork that was frozen diced pork, and I just fried it up real quick, and then cooked some ramen noodles in with it, and then added some vegetables and stuff, and it was really good. A little bit of hoisin sauce on it. Michelle's like, "What the hell are you making?"
Is hoisin sauce the same thing as Worcestershire sauce?
No, well, it's a thicker, it's hoisin sauce, and it's geez, I don't know how to describe it. It's a little bit smoky, but it's a thicker sauce. I absolutely love it.
Is that like that stuff that Oinky had on her wings? Oh, you weren't there that night. She got something called Old Bay.
Old Bay. That's a seasoning.
Yeah,
it's usually on like crab and stuff. It's Maryland. It's big in Maryland.
The secretary at my high school's name was Maryland.
A lot of people are discussing Aquashella, and I do agree that it's unfortunate that the people that go there and do so much work and have helped because a lot of our community gives free publicity to this event, and that's a lot of it is people from the community wanting to go meet the community, and a lot of the community is starting to not want to go because of how they're treating people. So I think it's very short-sighted. Yeah. I think there's a lot better way they could have done it. It sounds like there's maybe even a little bit of lack of communication between different parties, maybe.
I don't even know if the owner knows, but the GM, the new GM, we had meetings every week for almost 9 months because there was a long span between 2022 and the 2023 Dallas show. And maybe it was 6 months, I don't know. But we met every week. And we had everything planned out and we had it all set up to be fun. And basically he sold the booth to one of the vendors, and we had a little bitty corner that we sat in. It was terrible. I brought all the candy bars and drinks and stuff. Well, the people that bought our booth drank the drinks, so they were happy there. But yeah, it was just, Dallas was a rough one because of the new general manager. The new general manager just doesn't like YouTubers.
All the people that couldn't go used to be able to watch it because there was so many good live streams from you and all the other people, and it was like it always reminded me of Macy's Day Parade, when I was a kid on Thanksgiving. It always had that feel to me, especially like the year like when Jess and Shanna was there, and just so many people were there, and it was a celebration, and it doesn't have that feel anymore. It feels like it's just a big corporate event now, which it always was. But just from what I've, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. The food looks good. The food looks good.
Okay. So this was what I cooked earlier, and you can kind of see it. It was light on this side, but too dark on the face. Wow, they really cool down fast. So now what we're going to do is pop the other ones. And that's hot. You know what? Let me get something to put down because I don't want to get like jelly and stuff on these.
Don't use jelly or any of these. Vaseline. It's food, John. It's food. And it's looking really. I've eaten a bagel and a piece of bread today. Oh yeah, we didn't notice what time the last batch went in. See, Patty's got us going here.
Okay, well, remind me at 7:60 or no, at 8:60. I already turned the clock back.
8:60.
To check them.
I think it would be like 8:57 if I remember correctly. 8:57, I think, is when you want to look at them. Oh yeah, there we go.
That
looks good. Now, are they going to have any kind of dipping sauce or anything, or are they saucy enough the way they are?
I don't know.
760. I think you're going to have to. I think you're going to have to try it and then decide. The 760's got me too.
Now, look what happened with these enchiladas. I was not expecting this, but they expanded and popped open on the back. See?
Oh, yeah, they are wide open, huh?
They look like enchilada canoes.
You'll just have to eat them face up or back up, I guess.
Well, maybe
eat them from the back.
I could put them on a plate and put enchilada sauce underneath the plate. And so if it dumps out, nobody will know the difference, right?
Mm.
The enchiladas look good.
Craig's Catfish Cave says, tell Ed to feed his bony mate beside him.
Yeah. That's Taylor Swift.
He definitely wasn't talking about me. The man in the canoe. Yeah. Open face sandwich. Patty said really brings a new meaning to open face sandwich.
Okay. Phew. I'm so pooped. I've been standing for about an hour and a half.
You're not used to up and around so much during the stream, talking. Oh,
Okay, so we got a scissors, or not a scissors, a fork. And should I get this closer somehow?
yeah, we need to see it. And Patty said fill the eye sockets with sauce. But yeah, I think we need to see it. I don't know how you're going to.
Olive. Let's see.
Maybe if you
Let's
just
see if
get
we
some
can
on the
still hear
floor.
you. Can we hear you?
Da 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 da.
No.
You
we
can
couldn't hear
make it just you solo layout. Just go to the 3. You got it? Okay. There we go.
Okay. Now, let's see.
Me
Let's
too,
go to
sir.
one of the old crappy ones first because they're cold.
Hey, I'm right here.
Rip it open. Look at that.
Looks good. God damn.
Let's- We'll try that, and then let's see. This one is one of the hams.
No.
Mm. Oh my god, that's so good. It's pretty darn good. And I'm not just saying that because I'm eating it.
Oh, Ed.
Now let's try this.
All I got in here is like some beef jerky, and I'm saving that for a stream. Let me see if I got anything
This
over
one
here.
tastes a lot like pizza.
Yeah. That's all I got left for the Snarper Barf is a bag of beef jerky and some jelly beans.
Okay, now with the enchilada, I'm going to break it open right at the mouth. It's not that red. Maybe I should have put more enchilada sauce in. I was hoping more mouth would come out of the mouth.
Mm. Hot
I'm going to have to let that cool down for a second. Yep, have to cool that down. But dudes, I think we got ourselves a pretty cool, at least the savory stuff. Oh, there went my glasses. The savory stuff all came out really good. Let me get Rico back up here.
Mando. I am indeed getting angry. Those look so good.
Oh my gosh, they are just, they're too hot. Let's see if I can find a, I have no idea if it's a pizza or a cheese. A ham and cheese. I wanted to break a pizza or the ham and cheese and have the cheese goop out.
I'm going to have to smother and marinara. Oh, yeah, Steven. I'm going to have to eat something now. Can you hear my cat? No.
He's on the other side of the door begging to come in. But I cannot let him jump on the counter. All the other cats don't jump on the counters, but he's a bad boy. Every cat has a flaw. Yeah, and Nico's flaw is jumping on counters and taking whatever food is there. Okay, so he said put some sauce on it. That's so good.
Maybe even a little bit of ranch dressing. Just a little, though. Just a little with that, I think. Sarah, if you would, please send me an email because I will forget. I will forget, Sarah. So send me an email, ricostan.com. Send me some cottage cheese. Oh, it's got to stay cold, but I like cottage cheese. I like cottage cheese.
Well, I hope my dad's hungry. You want me to yell for him and see if he wants one or two?
Yes. And then we can get his opinion. And Steven said, is it a flaw? He's really good at it. For Nico. Hi, Mountain Greenery.
I'm going to go check on him because he's quiet.
Limited edition Tennessee Fish Mafia chef hat, oven mitt, and apron set. That's Oinky. That's a good idea. Yeah. Now, what am I going to make?
Try 2 of them.
Well, I'll just take them in here. If that's okay.
Okay.
Vaseline.
I've got ham. This one's chicken. You want to try chicken?
Okay.
Oh, the chicken's coming out the bottom.
I'll just take a fork.
Okay.
And
Hate when the chicken's coming out the bottom.
like ham.
I don't know which ones are hams. This one has a ham on the side.
Okay. That's a lot to eat.
Yep. You deserve it. There you go, Dad.
Okay.
He's going to eat it in the other room and then let us know what he thinks. Unless you want to eat it there, but you can eat it wherever you want.
Yeah.
He said that.
Okay.
He said that he didn't get any dessert, Ed. You didn't give me any dessert.
Dad, do you want a dessert?
What's for dessert?
There's cherry and apple.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
This is too much then.
Okay.
I should take one of these back
You want to?
and then give me a cherry. Or it doesn't matter. Apple?
Let's take the chicken one back because I think the chicken one's most likely that you're not going to like.
Yeah, okay.
That's not
Okay.
too much for me, people.
Oh,
I eat
there's
like
no
all
way
of that.
telling what's cherry and what's apple.
It's okay.
I think that's apple. That's apple.
Like
Okay.
two of
Thank
each,
you.
and 2 each of the cherry turnover.
I'm watching football, so I don't know when I'll get back to you.
Okay, have fun, Dad.
It'd be like, oh yeah, time to take it out of the oven. Overtime. Thank you, Sandy.
We're going to go 2 minutes more.
2 more minutes? You sure?
Yeah, 2 more
We're
minutes.
already 2
Yeah,
minutes
because
over.
it's still pretty white on top.
Oh, you already checked them? I didn't even see you.
I just did it.
Sneaky
They're
bastard.
they're on the bottom oven, and that's being cooked at 375.
Ah, okay.
I want to try this chicken.
Good looking out though, Sandy.
Okay, the chicken is my favorite. If it had a little sour cream on it, good night, Irene. This is awesome.
Well, what about some salsa?
No, it's already got spiciness.
Lando's tired of hearing me complaining. Well, then I'm gonna have to complain extra now. I need some food.
Okay, so now I'm gonna
I have no
put
idea what I'm
these
gonna make.
all over here.
Probably be a bowl of cereal.
Well, your wife's there. She knows how to cook stuff, doesn't she?
Well, I know how to cook. I'm not helpless. They turned out great. You know what? Cream cheese. When that would be good. I think Steven would like that.
I have cream cheese in the refrigerator, but I don't know if I want to tackle the cream cheese.
I think Michelle's already sleeping.
Oh my gosh! You should wake her up and tell her that the show's on.
She I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest.
So, what were some of the fish questions for the night?
There was none, not a single one.
Oh my gosh!
Just eat a century egg.
Would you guys like it if I made Christmas cookie fish cookies?
Like just shaped like fish, right? Not made out of fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait to try the apple. I think the apple sounds so much better than the cherry.
Why?
Because I like apple better.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'd eat all the cream cheese before I try one of those damn eggs. Oh, she's not sleeping.
She said she ate all the cream cheese with your hard-boiled eggs.
Steven said he'd eat all the cream cheese before I try one of those damn eggs. He doesn't like cream cheese. Scotty said, just messaged with Jesse as a fractured foot, dented kneecap. Dented kneecap? armpit ripped out, shattered shoulder, penetrating chest wound that severed an artery. Good Lord. And a collapsed lung.
The opposite of a ripped out armpit. Now he's got an arm pop.
Armpit ripped out. So it just,
Man.
oh my God. Yes,
Okay, so now we're going to let these cool down for just a second. And while we do that, we're going to try eating one of these delicious things.
Eating.
Which one should I try? I don't know which is apple and which is cherry.
Just dig into the one right in the middle on the bottom. Closest to the camera. Yep, that's the one. That's the one.
This one says,
that's cherry.
Here lies.
It's cherry.
Apple.
Damn it. No? Ed can color the cookies like he does his crafts. The fish cookies. I think people would enjoy a segment like this more often. But again, you know what? I wish I could make I can't make a poll in here for you, but we got to work on that next, getting that part set up. But yeah, yes or no? Yes or no? How do you guys feel about Ed doing some like seasonal, cookies that are themed for the hobby? Like he said, the fish cookies and stuff around Christmas. How do you guys feel about it? We got a yes. We got any no's? Anybody not interested in that?
This is totally not fish related. And I apologize to all the fish enthusiasts. But we can talk fish all we like.
I think it's nice for people once in a while to have, because it's still fishy related, because we're all fishy people, Mm-hmm. I see a bunch of yeses. Only if I get to taste them. Patty said if we need to be forewarned, so we have proper snacks. Jenna made multicolored mermaid-shaped sugar cookies last year for the Clash, which I believe I did eat. Jimmy P said I would watch. What's that?
I had her snickerdoodles because I love snickerdoodles.
I think I had fudge. I think I probably had one of everything. Jimmy P said I would watch Ed cook, but it has to start before 560. Everybody says yes. Not a single person has said no yet. So yes,
guys.
Yes.
After the stream, I'm gonna have to clean this like never before, so my mom doesn't know I was in here.
Nathan said yes, but he's got to wear just an apron while baking. Just an apron while baking.
Well, maybe if I can lose some more weight.
Here's a good idea, Ed. You could do this before, like on your community page. Ed should share the recipe ingredients so we can cook and follow along with you. So if you know what you're going to cook that night, you could put the ingredients in like your community page as a recipe, and we could make it with you. That sounds fun. I couldn't do that. I'm not showing you my kitchen.
Now, one thing,
nice like that.
I have fish tanks in my kitchen.
I don't have fish tanks, but it's all very old.
You have a 75, a 55, and a 10.
Yeah, we have nothing. There's not a single fish tank in the house outside of this room except for Ariel's axolotl. Mm. I have a feeling I'm going to have ramen.
So but I'm going to have a little cooler in here because I'm like dying of heat.
I'm going to have ramen, I think.
Still too hot.
But ramen with stuff. I don't know what stuff.
You could put a hard-boiled egg in there.
I do. Not even hard-boiled. I drop an egg in there just and cook the egg right in with the ramen. Because I don't make ramen like soup. I make ramen like noodles. Oh, there we go. Nancy's going to send us. Nancy said we'll send you an easy bake oven, and we can cook along in the office.
Well, I kind of just winged it, guys. There was no recipe, so I guess I should write what I did down afterwards.
Well, even that, you don't have to get super descriptive. Just tell us, the stuff that you've got, and then we can follow. You don't have to have we just need to know what ingredients you have. We don't have to have a recipe, just the ingredients, and then we can follow along. I like that idea. I think that's fun.
It does sound like a good idea.
Especially around the holidays. I think that's a great idea for the holidays that are coming up very quickly.
Last year I made skirt steak for Christmas. Well, no, that was 2 years ago. And I wrapped it with bacon, and I put what was it? Can't remember what the meat was. I put in between it.
The name of that meat just always gets me.
Skirt
steak. It just sounds so wrong. Just send Rico a light bulb and he'd probably cook a little pan of batter faster. Raw egg and ramen. Well, I mean, it's cooked in with the ramen. It's not raw. It's raw when it goes in, but it cooks right along with the ramen. The ramen's not cooked in a lot of water. I cook the ramen with just a little bit of water until it softens to the right part, and the water actually cooks away mostly, and then I put the egg in there and I put all my other stuff in there too. So it's not soup. It's not, I don't make it with all the extra water. I keep it. It's like I said, it's more like a pasta dish. Oh, there we go. John said Tennessee Fish Mafia cookbook due out end of 2024.
Ha! Everybody in the Fish Mafia has to make me a recipe and send it to me.
I've got some ideas. That sounds good, Nathan. He has a ramen dish there he makes. Ramen's actually pretty, versatile. There's all kinds of cool stuff you do, especially if you get some good ramen. You don't have to use that, the spice packet either, because that packet is mostly just salt. There's ways to make it a little bit better. I'm hungry. You can tell I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm starving now.
I like the chicken packet. I take the chicken, and then I pour all the water out, and I put a little bit of butter in there, and then I put the chicken in there and shovel it all around and eat it. And
I always put a bunch of other stuff.
The packet.
I put veggies and meat and egg, and sometimes instead of the packet, I'll use like the hoisin sauce or whatever kind of sauce we have. Maybe just a little bit of oyster because it's so salty, but oyster sauce.
No, thank you.
Sketty Nona wants to know if you weaved the bacon first.
Yes, I could try to find a photo. I did though. It's really hard to sit at a counter because your knees. It's not a table; just goes straight down.
Yeah,
and so I keep wanting to put my knees down, and I can't do it.
Make fish cookie ornaments.
See if I can find a photo.
Oh, and Nola Jane, great idea. Make fish cookie ornaments out of clay and paint them.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think she's got something there, Ed. I think that would be a great idea for like in the beginning of December, or maybe even now, maybe like soon, so that they can be shipped out to people and people could have them to put on their Christmas trees. Because most people put up their trees in another, 3 weeks or so.
Now, Jenna made awesome ornaments last year from What the Fish. And those were freaking stuff. Do you remember that?
No, I have trouble remembering my name. It's getting worse and worse every day.
I'm looking for my skirt steak. I'm sure I took photos of it because I was proud of it. I know there was spinach in there. Oh, what do you think, Dad?
It's very good.
Ooh.
I especially like the apple.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yes. Said it's very good. He like the apple.
Love the apple at the end, but it was all good.
What was your favorite savory one? Pizza or ham?
I think it was, you said pizza? That was the,
Pepperoni with the red sauce.
yeah, pepperoni and red sauce. I thought it was a little better than the ham.
Oh, okay.
I want some.
My dad is a big ham eater.
Yeah.
Yeah, John. Jenna says, I think we may be doing new what the fish ornaments for giveaways this year. They seem pretty popular last year. Very cool.
They were awesome.
That's cool. Your dad liked them. You cooked him up a good meal.
Or maybe another one or two tonight.
Anytime you want one, Dad, just holler out. I got plenty. Ooh, Alabama's all tied up with LSU. Dad loves football.
I don't remember the last time I watched college football. I think it was when Boston was playing Notre Dame and came back and won like in the very last few seconds of the game or something. Maybe it's the other way around. That was years and years ago.
It shouldn't be so hard to find because it's all dated. So I'm just going to July 4th, June or December 24th. Oh, here's my fish room.
Yes, you need to put it on the big screen, Ed, so everybody can see it.
Okay, hang on.
Lando's going to go get some ramen. There you go. See all the blue? And he used to sit right there with that amazing background. BC versus Miami with Doug Flutie. It wasn't that old. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was probably 90s, Alashon. But it was BC versus Notre Dame. I remember that. And I don't know if maybe they didn't come back at the very last or whatever, but I do remember it was BC versus Notre Dame was the last game that I watched. It was like in the 90s. Craig wants a tour.
That was a long time ago.
I think it's a great idea. A premiere.
I gotta get a thing in there.
Well, just do a video of it and set it as a premiere so you can answer questions as you walk around and show people.
Here was the second or the third wall I put in. My cats are right there.
Yeah. Todd's chanting.
Shortly after.
Fish room tour, fish room tour, fish room tour. Pretty please, Craig says.
Here's baby cat looking at some of the fish tanks in the fish room.
Paul sent me a fish picture. I can't do much with it here, Paul, on this side. Scotty says, even a video give us something. Everybody's dying to see your fish room.
I could show you the last photos I did in there. It was like 2 weeks ago. Hang on, I'm almost at December.
There's Robert.
Well, it's the only picture I have, but I made those.
There we go.
I wrapped them up and they had spinach in them. Oh, it was like a provolone cheese also, I think I put in there.
Oh.
Provolone cheese with spinach, and then I wrapped it in a roll and then wrapped it with bacon.
Ooh.
Well, here it is. This is what it looked like when we cut it up on the tables.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
It's really good, guys. I'm not lying.
It looks really good.
It was cool. And then behind it, I think, is our nope. I was gonna say we always have Christmas duck because we're Czech. The Czechs celebrate 3 days of Christmas, and they do duck, ham, and carp.
Now, is it the 3 days? Is it a religious celebration? Is it a specific religion that celebrates it that way, or just traditional?
Christmas is rooted, I think, Christ's birthday.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So not everybody does 3 days, right? for Christmas.
Yeah, it just but
So
they
is it
kind
a
of do
specific,
in England, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. In Canada, does Boxing Day.
Boxing Day is totally different though, and it's 3 days of Christmas is a very specific thing. So I'm wondering if it's from a specific, sect of the Christian faith, right? There's so many.
I don't know. Maybe it's Hungarian, but they do a lot of 3-day holidays because, like Vladimir days, they do that for 3 days too.
Do they do Kazimir Pulaski Day?
No, but we did in Illinois.
Yeah,
But not
that's a
that the
really good
Czechs
song.
don't like the Polish. And
Sufjan
Pazlar
Stevens.
Pulaski was an American general, so I don't know if they'd like him at all.
I have to
know
look
who
it
he
up
is.
now. This is why I'm just curious about these things. I always like to know.
I was going to show you my newest tanks. And
I
I
always
think I
like to
may have
know
shown you guys already.
the roots of these things.
I haven't put fish in them yet.
Oh,
The
is
fish,
this the
maybe
same?
it'll be tomorrow.
Is this the same that Suzy Q celebrates? Because it says we don't get stockings on Christmas Day; they get them on the 6th of December.
Huh. No,
The 6th? Maybe that's supposed to be the 26th. Maybe it's a typo. It says the 6th.
we do most of our celebrating Christmas Eve also.
Dinner is magnificent feast of fried carp with cold potato salad, which usually results in a higher intake of patients with stuck fish bones in their throat at the local emergency hospital. But joking aside, it says, so let's celebrating St. Nicholas Day on 5 December. The 5th of December. So you've got the 5th and the 6th are sort of tied in as well. So it's an entire month, basically. St. Nicholas Day is one of the few originally folk traditions that survive to this day. On the evening of the 5th of December, you can see St. Nicholas walk around. Huh. Hey, Kenny. Kenny's here.
Oh, I'll invite him up if he comes up.
So let's see if there's anything else there. So the 5th and the 6th are days that are celebrated. But what about the actual 3 days? Okay.
See, this is my newest tank, but it's been going for a month, and you wouldn't believe the Val has gone crazy in it. Completely crazy.
24th of December. Christmas carp.
And it's a 40 long, but it's the same height as a 29 tall. So I got the 29 or a 20 tall. So I got a 20 tall next to the 40 long in there. But those are the two newest tanks. And then I'm about to put in 2 more tanks tomorrow. The 2 from the Clash.
Wise Man Day of Day race in Mexico. That's something. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool stream to do, I think. It's not fish related, but to learn about all the different traditions people have around the world for the holidays. Like I didn't know
I'd love to do a Day of the Dead. Wouldn't that be fun?
I've been to some of the Day of the Dead stuff.
Oh, wow. Did you get beat up?
No. Why would I get beat up?
Oh, I don't know. You just don't look like the type of guy that would be cool enough to do it. Like I was watching James Bond and he looked awesome. Did you see James Bond running around on Day of the Dead?
I don't remember. Which one was that one from?
The last one?
Moonraker?
Maybe. It's the beginning of it, and he's running around. Well, no, it's not the last one. I didn't see the last one, but the one before that.
Day of the Ed. Nancy B said Day of the Ed.
That'd be awesome.
You said I don't look cool enough to do the celebrate Day of the Dead.
You know, we wanted to do a zombie walk in St. Charles, Missouri. And we were trying to get it organized, and then we ended up working a whole lot of overtime, so we never did it.
Oh,
But we were going to have it, so we walked through the mall, and there was a park next to the mall. So the idea was you meet in the park, we go like at starting Dillard's, and we walk all the way through real slow, like zombies, get through Macy's, and then go to the park and have a barbecue.
they'd have some of those here. I don't remember when they do it, but there's I guess it's Halloween night, I think, or maybe it's like around Halloween, like that weekend they'll do the zombie walks and stuff.
We wanted to do it like in the middle of spring because Day of the Dead had just come out. Like Reed came out, the new one.
The zombie movie. Okay, yeah, I don't know that I don't remember it, to be honest. See, I don't remember stuff. I don't remember any of that anymore.
That's all right.
I know I saw it. Was that the one where they were in the mall?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think Vince Rames was in it.
Vin Rames.
Vin Rames.
Yeah. Bing.
I don't know if there was any other actors we know.
Bing Rames.
John from Select Pet is going to be at the OCA. Is anybody else going to be at the OCA?
I think that person, what's her name? Oinky. I think she might be there.
I hope so. She's pretty cool.
See, there's all kinds of people are talking about their Christmas traditions and stuff. I think that would be a fun. I think that would be a fun stream to do at some point here, like around the 1st of December. Talk about all the different traditions people have.
We're doing something new this year where you draw a person's name out of a hat because our family's just getting too big. It used to be my sister had 6 kids, and then it was me, my sister, my brother-in-law, my dad, and my mom. And when my brother got married, he got pulled away from our family because she can't be away from her family during the holidays since they live next door. But nevertheless, she can't be pulled away from her family when it's not the holidays either. But what were we talking about? Oh, but now the kids are all getting married and having kids. So the clan just keeps getting bigger. So we're doing a $50 deal where you draw a person's name and you have to spend at least $50. And I drew my brother-in-law, and he loves peanut butter cups. So I'm going to get him $50 worth of peanut butter cups.
Nice.
And then I'm going to get him a case of Paydays because he loves those, and some socks.
And a case of diabetes. It's funny you said that, though. Our family's sort of the opposite. It's getting smaller, like none of my kids have had kids yet. And my wife's family out in Arizona, that's going like crazy because her sister's got 4 kids, and each of them already has 2 or 3 kids each. There's just a ton of them. But our immediate family is not. And Grandpa and her aunt are the only ones left here in New York. We moved up here. There was a whole bunch of them. And now they're all gone. So our Christmas is pretty easy. It's just us and the kids usually. And then of course, we'll see Grandpa on one of those days. But yeah, that's about it.
Where does he live?
He's not far from us at all. He's only like 15 minutes away.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know you had originally people here in this city.
If he's here, it's my wife's grandpa. He might be down in Arizona though. Again, I don't know if he's going this year. A lot of times he goes out there and stays with my mother-in-law. So which makes it great for my wife.
Mom and dad still alive?
They're in Arizona. Yep.
So just the grandpa lives here all by himself?
Yeah. And then my wife has an aunt too, who sort of helps take care of him, but she's up there too. Grandpa's 94, 95.
Wow. You guys
And-
should make these cool skull things I made tonight today.
For what? For Christmas?
Yeah, I bet everybody would talk about it.
Yeah, but there's nobody left to talk about it. It would just be us.
Here were a couple other ideas that I had to make. I thought about making Philly cheesesteak ones.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I thought that would be good.
Yeah.
Meatball ones with marinara sauce and cheese. And then I also thought about macaroni and cheese
That would be interesting. Yeah, I could see that.
with
Just
cubed
cheese.
ham.
Just cheese, different cheeses inside of there. You know?
Well, that would be strange. You got to
You
have
gotta
the
put
meat protein.
Don't have to have the meat. You can put a lot of cheese in there.
I'm going to open this drawer and see what happens. I think maybe my knees can go into the drawer now. It's a little better. No, it's not.
Yeah, Grandpa still drives too, Lando. He said my grandpa's 92 or 93 and still drives. So does Grandpa. Yep, he's, like I said, I think he's 94 and he still drives, which is crazy that that's my wife's grandpa and that's the same age as your grandpa. It's not your great grandpa.
You're probably old enough to be his great grandpa, and I'm probably old enough to be his grandpa.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I mean, my son would have been 20 because, yeah, 21. He would have been, no, he would have been 19. So my oldest son could be Lando's dad. Easily. Beans for protein. You don't have to have protein in every part of the meal, right? You can have it in different parts of the meal.
Yeah, I was just being silly.
You can.
You guys, I didn't even make this recipe. I just winged it. So you could put
wings.
anything you can dream of. You could put
Wings.
I bet you if my grandma Jenny was still alive, she'd ask me to make one with pineapple.
Yeah. But you could do like shredded chicken with some wing sauce.
Ooh.
Maybe some blue cheese to dip it in.
I used to be a blue cheese guy, but they say your flavors change every 7 years. And I think that changed 3 cycles ago. I loved it in my early 20s, and now I hate blue cheese.
I'm just the opposite. I hated it when I was a kid, and I absolutely love it now.
Yeah, I used to dip all my wings in blue cheese, and now I hate it, and I dip it in ranch.
Paul's mom is 94 going on 95. So she had you when she was like 30. My parents are gone, so.
Well, 95. Well, let's go 94. And this is 23. So she could have had him 29 years ago.
Yeah, I said 30.
Oh, yeah, you did. Good job.
Yeah, it is strange.
Trying to do the science.
Some people have them super young. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be a grandparent. No idea.
Well,
I mean,
got some shots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 of the 3 kids are married. So
what about the adopted one?
I haven't talked to him too much. He's not married, but he's been in like quite a few long relationships. I think we're going to see him pretty soon, and I'm going to try and get him to come up for a focus on because I did members only focus ons on my wife and 2 of my kids because my youngest son wasn't interested in doing it. So, yeah, that'd be good to have David come up too and talk about some stuff. He's had it pretty rough, and hopefully things have turned around for him. So. Anyways, Killer Kitty. She just came in. Hello.
Killer Sting.
Oinky said, can you see the chat now, Ed? Should I read it to you still?
Well, go ahead.
Okay. I confess I'm looking very much forward to, but a little nervous about meeting Ed's family. It's a large family. I hope they like me. Who could not like Oinky? I have a small family associated with only half of them. I don't think there's anybody alive who could not like Oinky. I knew Killer Kitty was going to do that. I knew she was. I knew it because that's what she does. She's amazing that way. You should give her some kind of treat, Ed. Killer Kitty with the $3 super chat is my hero. She's got to get a treat for that. A treat. I don't know. Let's not call it a treat.
Pulling up black windows when she go down. You must be crazy if you think that I'ma slow down. I wanna hear her talk shit windows when she go down. You must come and I'm
There you go.
Those are so stupid.
It's fun. Those are beautiful. I love that you put yourself out there like that. I don't know if I could even do that. I probably would a bone would probably fly out of my back or something. It'd just be like, you know. She said, "Thank you."
Well, I do them in slow motion, and then I speed it up and slow it down to make myself look like I got rhythm.
It is a beautiful thing. The look that Jess gave you, yeah, Holly. And there's Freaky Fish Lady. I don't know if we said hi to Freaky Fish Lady. Hello. We have two Hollies here. Holly. Holly.
I sent that to Jess today because she asked me about a year ago if I ever made it. And I said, you know what? I did, and I don't know where I put it. And I had lost it. And when I was looking for my slow motion dancing Christmas thing for this one, I found it. So I sent it to her today.
And did she respond?
I don't know.
Because I miss
You
Jess.
don't think she has a new number, does she?
I haven't reached out to her, and I keep saying I need to do that. I know Whip has. I know some other people have. If anybody has a way to contact her, please reach out to her because
she did. She said, "How funny." That was a while ago.
I know she's going through some stuff, so I miss her. I miss Jess. I miss the Aquatic Morning Show greatly.
I saw her in Dallas.
I've been a bad friend because she had to leave for a while to deal with stuff, and I haven't reached out to her, so I've been a bad friend. So you guys have to make up for it and contact her if you can. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, I was going to say something when Freaky Fish Lady popped up, and now I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, well.
Was it something about Holly?
I don't know.
Holly, isn't that the Holy Holly, the Neil Diamond song?
Oh, from Neil Diamond. I love Neil Diamond.
I know you do. Oinky said thank you.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about family stuff. That's what we were talking about. Pretty much everybody in my family gets along. We have one really loud in-law that's married into the family now that kind of makes everybody cringe, but we're still nice to her. And last year she tried to take over as alpha female, and it worked. And my sister is bound to take that back from her this year.
Oh, that's why I just don't. Yeah.
Oh, you see, we like to just have fun and play games. Our Christmas Day is they all come over in the morning because we go to my sister's house in the evening the night before, and we have soup and little sandwiches and have our Christmas exchange, and then on Saturday morning, or not Saturday, but Christmas morning, then the kids open up their stockings at their houses, and then they come here and we play games and eat dinner pretty much all day long. That's all we did. And this one girl that wanted to take over as alpha female doesn't like that half of us play difficult games. Because we play like what we have grandma games in the dining room, and in the sunroom we play the board games is what we call it. Like the adult games, even though they're not like adult, but they're fun. And his wife doesn't like that her husband likes the hard games because she wants him to only play the easy grandma games. So every time we opened up the games, it would take about a half hour to set it up. she would say, "We got to go because the kids need to take a nap." So we'd clean the whole game up and put it away, and then she would go and start playing games with grandma again. So another hour would pass, and we put out the game again. Got it ready. She did this 4 times.
Just leave the damn thing out till they get back.
Well, yeah, it was just really annoying.
I just ignore those people. So she wants to leave. Okay, we'll see you guys later. We're gonna play. You know,
Well,
because they don't get to control things. You know.
I told my sister afterwards, next year I'm just going to go to Atlanta or Disneyland or somewhere where I can just not be around somebody like that.
Yeah. You know, you've got to choose too on that kind of stuff. I know it's different for you because you got everybody coming there, but we stopped doing that because, you know, my parents were divorced. Michelle's parents at one time were separated, and everybody wanted us to come to their house on Christmas Day. And after a while, I was like, no, we're not. If you want to come see us, this is where we live. You come to our house because you guys don't have to go anywhere. Like at the time, my sister lived out of state, my brother lived out of state. So my parents didn't have to go anywhere at all, nowhere. But we had to go to their house. So I was like, no, you come to our house. Even if you can't stand to look at each other, you can, you know, put up with it for one day. If you want to see us on Christmas, this is where we'll be. And that was it. And they, one year they both came, but then they never did again.
You see, how the girl was taking over alpha female is she threatened my sister basically with, we won't bring the kids to Christmas here anymore.
It's just so dumb. People just got to be,
you know, she just wants to be around the babies. And then she found out that the rest of her family was all miserable. So she said, that's not going to happen again.
MNC said, kind of like Rocco, I talk to him at least once a week. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them, MNC, because it's so hard to keep track of everybody. You know, you lose track of people, and especially when you reach out to people, but it's never reciprocated, right? People never reach out to you. You always have to be the one to do it. So it gets a little frustrating, and there is so many people that fall through the cracks. Believe me, there's so many people I reach out to on, you know, a weekly basis just to check in. And, you know, you can only do so much.
Oh my gosh.
Each person can only do so much. That's a perfect shade. Perfect shade.
And it's so soft and crescent or like croissant like. Oh my gosh, these are so good.
Now, what was in that one?
Cherry.
But you said you like the apple better. This time the cherry's better? Because it's the croissant. Yeah. It's the dough.
Hey, Dad, if you're in there, this dessert that just came out is amazing. It's better than the others. He said he'll be in a little bit.
Patty said some people are control freaks. I think everybody should be a control freak, but only when it comes to just you, and you've got to manage your own. You know what I mean? Because you can't let people walk on you, and you can't let people dictate what you're going to do. And if they don't like what you're doing, then okay, we'll see you later. You can be nice about it.
The butter on this is so good.
Don't change the subject, Ed. We're getting deep here, and you're changing the subject to your fluffy light stuff.
I'm sorry.
It sounds delicious. I really want one.
Maybe we have a Christmas or a Halloween fish fry for the fish fam.
How so?
Have everybody come over and we'll have a big old Halloween party.
See, that would be cool. That would be cool. I wish we lived closer. Nope. I wish we, you know.
Lip is only going to live about 35 minutes from me.
He's in San Marco right now. And you know what? I gotta mention this. He offered Michelle and I to come down there with him and Crystal. Because I don't know the exact setup, but they had an extra room. I think they're either renting, they have a timeshare or it's an Airbnb or whatever. And it worked out where they had an extra room, and he offered it to us. He said, you guys just make sure you got to take care of transportation, but the rest of it, it's on me. You know, that's just the kind of guy he is. I had to decline it, unfortunately, but I just, that's the kind of guy he is.
He is a cool dude.
He is good guy. I like when people know about that kind of stuff. You know, when people
what's
realize
saying?
a lot of that's in the background.
Oh my
Nothing wrong
gosh.
with letting the kids eat in their pajamas. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
His ex-moms, or my ex-moms, got so mad because I let them eat Christmas dinner in their pajamas. What's an ex-moms?
His ex's mom, so his ex mother-in-law.
Oh. Well, good deal. I'm glad he left her with a bad taste in her mouth.
Yeah. It's supposed to be fun. You know, it's supposed to be fun, and people just ruin it with all of their petty bullshit and their, you know, they're trying to control and all of that kind of stuff. It's supposed to be fun. And it's not, if it's not fun, then just stop going. You know? Because it's supposed to be fun, especially where the kids are. And that was a big part of it. The kids would get so tired of going to, you know, all the relatives' houses. We had to go to 4 places on Christmas Day. So we'd go to one place for an hour or two, and then we drive for an hour, and then we go to some, you know, it was way too much for the kids. Ariel was like 2 at the time. It was just too much. So we finally just said, no, it's, if you want to see us, then everybody come to our house, because none of you have to go anywhere else.
Yep.
Anyways, we got 15 minutes left.
Okay. TJ Autocross could drive his Porsche down here and go really fast. Dad, you are going to think these are, shoot, I'm burping, insane.
Okay, thank you.
I had the cherries.
Excuse me.
Now, the cherries are the ones that I have. All the apples are on this side, cherries on this side.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try a cherry this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, he's got to try the cherry this time.
Here you go.
That's the rule.
LSU took the lead, 28-21.
Good deal, Dad.
And who's he rooting for?
I don't know.
He just likes to watch it. He doesn't really root for either one.
I'll ask. Well, wait. It was LSU, and what was the other team?
I missed. Was it Missouri?
Oh no, Missouri lost to Georgia today. Dad, who's playing LSU? You can't hear good. You couldn't hear that. I'm not going to yell it that loud.
Yeah. Ed's dad has a nice radio sounding voice. Killer Kitty said.
Thank you.
Brother Dan's here. Nano Aquarium guy. Oh, Brother Dan came in earlier. Alabama, everybody said. LSU and Alabama.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure we're rooting for LSU.
Okay.
LSU is probably Louisiana State University.
Yes. Yes. Now, why do so many people dislike Alabama?
Okay. Well, they're just so freaking good.
Oh. Okay.
And their coach is super arrogant. Now, he's not like Belichick where he gets caught cheating nonstop. So I'm not going to put him in the same category as Belichick, but his arrogance is in a whole nother level than any other. And him and Belichick are actually like best buddies too.
Oh, gotcha. What's his name?
Saban. I think it's Chris Saban.
Oh, yeah.
Mike
Nick.
Saban. Nick
Yeah.
Saban.
Now, the coach of the Giants, what's his name? Or maybe he was a few years ago. He's from the little town not far from us.
Oh, wow.
Where I used to work, the union lead, who was also one of my coworkers, she went to high school with him. Can you tell Ed that it should be pronounced LSU? LSU. Like Ellis Island, only LSU.
I had a mean nurse like a month ago. She was doing my echo of my heart because I have to do that every 6 months. And she gave me way too much contrast and made me super sick. But she also kept telling me the correct way to say my town's name. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I live in Dayton. That's the town outside of Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And she kept saying, no, it's Dayton. I said, Dayton, Dayton,
Dayton.
Dayton, Dayton. And it's like,
Because
you know what?
you were saying the
It's
T
not-
too strong.
It's not fair to correct people's accents.
Unless it's fun.
Well, she's just being a hoser.
Yeah.
And, she has a Southern drawl, but don't expect me to have to speak with a Southern drawl. Or otherwise, I should make her say contrast instead of contrast or whatever she said.
Yeah.
It just burns me up. Everybody should just get along and don't care what people call each other as long as it's nice.
Tom Coughlin. That's who I was thinking of. Tom Coughlin. People were saying the current one, which is Brian DeBole, but it was Tom Coughlin was the one. He's from the town. Just let's see if it says here. Sorry, yeah, Waterloo, New York. Yep, that's him. He went to school with
I used to coach in Waterloo.
They they went to the same high school. And Mike Stanball says, "How about them Lions this year?" I'm rooting for them. I'm a Bears fan, but I'm rooting for the Lions because they've never done anything. They've never done anything. So if they have a chance, I would love to see it. It's got to be so hard to be a Lions fan. And that's coming from somebody whose team hasn't made it to the Super Bowl since 2013.
Wow. That's not bad at all.
What's that?
Making it to the Super Bowl since 2013?
That was the last year the Bears made it to the Super Bowl. They didn't win. That was the last year they went. They've only been twice. R.I.P. Bobby Knight. You know what? I did not like Bobby Knight at all, and Bobby Knight was like one of his heroes.
I don't like Bobby Knight either. I don't like coaches that are mean to their players.
Beyond mean. I'm abusive to me. And my dad was a huge, massive fan of Bobby Knight's because they were a lot alike. They really were. They really were.
Wow.
He loved Bobby Knight like he was his hero.
I bet my dad hates him. Hey, Dad, what do you think of Bobby Knight?
That son of a bitch.
Oh, he wasn't saying anything bad about him because he just passed away.
Okay. Fair enough. He
had a temper tantrum and passed away.
Is that what he said? Is that your dad said?
I think so. I didn't even know he died.
Yeah, just recently, like a couple days ago or so. Maybe even yesterday. It wasn't that long ago.
Oh my gosh. Well, my dad reads a lot, so
Paul said, "I'll never use y'all in a sentence, but I do know how to use bless your heart appropriately." Yeah, it's not really like a compliment, like, "Oh, bless your heart." It's more like "You dumbass." That's it, right?
Well, I've been using y'all forever because that's something that isn't. The Missouri is like a split state. It's half northern, half southern. Yeah. And so there's like a few southern words that I do use, like y'all.
I've never used y'all ever, unless I'm reading it from what somebody else has said. And I usually say, "You made me say y'all." And nothing against it. I just never did. It bothers me a little bit. I don't know why. It's not like I think it's dumb or anything like that. Something about it. It doesn't feel sincere and genuine when I say it,
I also say gotta or no, gonna or something like that.
Well, we have some words we share in common, though, because I was born in Indiana, northern Indiana, but we have some words in common, like what do you get from dairy cows besides cheese? What's the liquid you get from dairy cows?
Piss.
The liquid that you drink from dairy cows. Starts with an M.
Female or male?
Starts with an M and ends with a K.
Milk.
Say it again.
Milk.
Yeah, milk with an E. That's how I say it too. Milk. It's milk. It's milk, but we say it milk.
Because we're from the Middle East?
What about the Middle East? What about the thing you put your head on?
Midwest?
What's the thing
in the Midwest?
What's the thing you put your head on at night to go to sleep? The big, soft, fluffy thing. Pillar. what is it?
Nico,
Yeah,
my pillow.
pillow with an E, no I. Pillow. It's pillow, but we say pillow. And
Pillow.
I've noticed, there's a few of us that have milk cow. Too dumbass, too direct for Southerners. What's the liquid Ed drinks from a male cow? There's been that in a few movies where somebody said, I milked the cow for you, and they're wiping their mouth and like, son, that's a bull, It's pretty gross. Not a fan of wash for wash. I don't think I do that one. Wash. I have other words. I say aquifer.
St. Louis says
You
roof
got
and
really
rope.
apart. Somebody, I don't remember. Somebody was like in the chat was like really upset because I said aquafire instead of aquifer, and somebody was
really
like
weird.
Caps and just was really upset.
Is it route or route?
Yes.
Route 44 or Route 44?
Well, a great example for that one is I used to work at a place where we had routers. They would create the routes, right? That's what we called them. But the other distribution center we had, which was just in Albany, New York, 3 hours away, they all called them their routers, and they made routes. So I don't know. I mean, that was the common thing. We all called them routers, and they called them routes. You can milk cats.
My cat. He's been
My
dead.
grandma was from Indiana. She always said "warsh." I thought it was funny as a kid. My grandpa said "tree" for 3. There was 3 of them. There was 3 of them over there, and he said like extra was extree. I remember those types of things. Can you milk me, Greg? Well, yeah, I have nipples. Can you milk me? Yeah, that is a great movie. Coffee. We're going to upset people with the, different accents.
Paul.
Now, just listening to me, do I sound like a New Yorker?
No.
And there are people in this area who do have a different accent than, say, like Patty or even Paul. Paul lived in New Jersey forever. So it's the same New Jersey, that part of New York. The accent can sound quite a bit the same.
Well, Oinky has more of an accent than you.
Yeah. And now, granted, I've only lived here for 20-some years, but
yeah,
like Michelle's aunt says Rochester. When Rochester's the town west of us, and she says, I got to go to Rochester, and she calls it Long Island. Like it sounds like it's a lawn. Like the first time she said it, I thought it was somebody mowing her lawn. It was the lawn guy land. That's what it sounds like. Lawn guy land. Long Island. I had I can't read that one word. I had an uncle there we go. Call a creek a branch.
Are you sure it wasn't a brook?
We do get creek and crick. And like every place I've ever lived, though, if the end of the word was like, okay, so like I lived close to a little town called Wolcott, Cott, but everybody pronounced it Wolcott. And when I lived in Arizona, Prescott was skit every time. Prescott. Every place I ever lived that had Scott, it was always kit instead. Prescott, Wolcott. What about is that you? Do you remember any places that ended with Scott?
Nope.
Great Scott.
We had Scott Air Force Base,
but doesn't end with the Scott.
It had Scott.
Your part of New York uses hard A. I'll show you a hard A pulsatile. Like what? Give me an example, Paul. The Rochester. I don't think I have an accent. I mean, I think I just have a generic American accent. Like, I mean, I obviously have an accent compared
You're
to
a
people
Midwesterner. I think you sound more like a Midwesterner.
Do I? Well, I mean, that's where I am from. Not too far from Chicago, but I lived most of my life, still to this point, in Arizona.
Yeah, but it's almost like the Midwest, almost all the way to California sounds the same.
And so many people in Arizona are from the Midwest. Like Scottsdale, Arizona is called Little Chicago from all the people that are from the Chicago area that live there.
Well, in Utah, they sound like us too, I think.
Do they?
As long as you don't go too far north and they start sounding like Canadians almost.
I'm surprised we don't have more people here that sound like Canadians because it is right there. And it's weird because I do have friends that live like Niagara on the lake, which is, just like a few miles from Buffalo. And he has a very Canadian accent. He's sorry,
they didn't. We took my cousins to Niagara Falls, and my dad and I got across the border, but they wouldn't let them in.
Well, why?
They were Czechs.
Oh, how long ago was that? What was that after 9/11?
No, this was like 25 years ago. It was before 9/11.
Because see, we used to go over all the time, and they never even asked for any identification or anything.
Yeah, but I guess they did that. Oh, you know what? They wanted them to stamp their passports to say that they were in Canada for the neatness of it. And when they found out they were Czechs, they wouldn't let them.
Oh, there must be some. I'm sure there was reason there. Paul says, I don't have an accent. You definitely have an accent. Over 15 million people speak the same way. Doesn't matter how many people speak the same way. You have an accent for sure.
Yeah.
Very much
There's
so.
like 5 billion people in Asia that don't sound like you.
Yeah.
Or in China.
You drink of water. Merrick says Czechs need a visa to visit Canada or needed them. Yeah, things have changed a lot in the last, since 9/11. We used to be able to go over just to all the time, and they never even stopped us. Yeah. But New York license plates too. So,
Well, they just wanted to get their passport stamped because it's cool to get stamps.
Yeah, I get that. It's always
Niagara Falls is pretty cool.
If you go to Niagara Falls, you need to go. Depends on what you want to do. If you want to see the falls, you stay on the American side, because that's where you can go down and you can get on the Maid of the Mist and stuff. If you want to do the touristy stuff, the Canadian side is way better, because on this side, the American side, it's just a dirty little town. There is a casino, but it's just not on the Canadian side. It's beautiful. But it's very touristy. Anything
was
north of the
Merrick
Bronx
here when we were talking about the Czech holidays?
What's that?
Was Merrick here when we were talking about
I'm not sure.
Ham, carp, and duck?
Merrick, were you here for that when we so there was the 3 days of Christmas, but they were 3 in a row, and when I looked it up, they said, do you remember December 5th and 6th, Ed? Do you guys celebrate that?
December 25th we do.
5th. December 5th and 6th. That's what that one said, that was he said I was busy with fish.
Oh. Well, do you eat carp at Christmas time? We just do duck. Well, we do ham, but we do ham and duck at the same time.
Ham and duck. Duck and ham. I do like carp if it's done right. Carp doesn't always have to taste that fishy fish, if it's done right.
The only fish we do is pickled herring for my dad.
Ooh, I do like some pickled herring.
Oh gosh.
I'm dying to try that surströmming.
What's your favorite thing to eat at Christmas dinner?
I don't have sushi. I don't have whatever.
Mine's the black olives.
I like everything. Do you put cream cheese in them?
No, well, my fingers are too big now, but when I was a little kid, I'd put them on my fingers.
Yeah.
And then I'd bite a million little holes in them and then eat them.
Tradition.
But
we always do cream cheese in them. We fill them up with cream cheese. Just a little dollop of it in there, That's good. I don't have anything. We don't have a traditional Christmas dinner anymore, which is whatever we feel like making at that time. Thanksgiving is a little more traditional. We do the turkey and stuffing and all the normal Thanksgiving things. But for Christmas, we don't have a traditional meal.
I tell you what, if I win the lottery and I buy that property next to you and then tear it down and put up a lighthouse, um, I'll invite you guys over for the 5th of December every year, and we'll have a traditional Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas weird dinner.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
do
looking
something
forward to
bizarre. Maybe we could do Chicago pizza.
it. We could do all kinds of stuff. I'll make you eat some of the weird foods I like.
No.
No. Merrick said, yes, the 24th is our present giving day. Carp for dinner, midnight mass in Catholic churches. There we go. So it is a Catholic festival, a Catholic part of the Christian religion. 25th and
We do that
26th are
too.
more religious and more fiesta-y as far as food, duck or goose is common.
You see that the 25th is we do Christmas Eve dinner or candlelight service. Presents are given out that day on the 24th, and we normally do soup and sandwiches because it's hard to make a big dinner and also do all that other stuff all in the evening. And then we do our duck dinner on the I want to keep saying Monday, but on the 25th, and we just have a big fun day. And then the 26th is like leftover day for casseroles and playing games too if people are still around. But sometimes they go out to shop and stuff.
So that's every year. That's your tradition, pretty much. Gotcha.
So
Yeah, we don't
I
have
guess
one.
we're keeping close to the check.
Yeah, yeah. We sometimes on New Year's Eve we'd let the kids open one present. We let them go pick a present. Sometimes when they were little, not so much now. You know, not they're all older. So, but we try to watch movies together. We try to we'll have a lot of finger foods, and stuff. Play games, and then Christmas Day we wake up in the morning. The kids nowadays, again, it doesn't matter. But when they were little, they weren't allowed to come out of their rooms until they started hearing the Christmas music. So whatever time we woke up, they weren't allowed out of their rooms unless they had to go to the bathroom or something. But they weren't allowed out of their rooms into the living room until they heard the Christmas music playing, and then they could come out and open up all the presents. But that's it. That's that's the whole thing. Those were the only things that were standard. There was no meal foods that were standard. There was nothing else. We didn't, nothing else. Oh, Merrick said we also do the 5th and 6th December as unofficial holiday, kind of reverse Halloween, St. Nicholas with the angel and devil. Yeah, that's the one we were reading about. That's what we were reading about. Yep.
Merrick, my sister still has a Czech name. Her name's Manya, Monya. I wonder if he knows anybody named Manya.
To the good kids and threaten the bad ones with a potato sack on the devil's back.
And then my cousins are Yosef and Jan.
Yosef?
Mm-hmm. And Jan.
Do they spell them with J's or is it spelled with Y's?
I think it's with Y's, but I don't know. Isn't that terrible?
No. When we were little, Santa decorated the tree and put out the presents. We did the Santa thing for a long time. Even after the kids knew about it, we still did the Santa thing. Even now, sometimes we'll say that this one was from Santa or something like that. Merrick once peed himself a little when the devil got too close to me.
Sheesh. Well, it's better than a whole lot.
Scotty wants to know when Ed is coming to the East Coast for a week or 2 or 3 to do some toxic clubs.
Well, that's something that I've been talking to Rico about, and I want to try to learn how to do PowerPoint. Because as soon as I can figure out how to do a PowerPoint presentation, then I will be all over it. And I've already got 4 clubs here in town. Well, not in town, but 3 in my state and 1 in Kentucky that's asked me to practice on them. So I'll do that. And then I'd love to go to the East Coast, and then I could see Oinky too. That would be pretty fun to go up there. And Enrico, I could meet you at the place that has chicken wings.
There's a lot of those.
I thought you said there was some place near you that has chicken wings.
I mean, every place has chicken wings You know, every little mom and pop pizza place or whatever, all the little restaurants, all the little, like even the little gas station that has, you know, foods and stuff. They've got chicken wings that are pretty good. And I probably was talking about Captain Jack's. It's a nice little bar with live
That
music.
was it.
It's only like a, I don't know, it's like a mile and a half from home.
That'd be good. You could walk.
Oh no, it's not. I'm thinking it's over farther. If you take a boat, it's a mile and a half. But you got to go up
You
and
can
around the
swim.
bay. So. Merrick said my oldest aunt is Manya too. Officially Marie.
Oh, that's awesome. I've got an old great aunt named Manya. Actually, she's dead.
LaBelle labels here. I think he means memorable wings. It's so subjective to me.
Well,
No.
And then Grant and Shelby have asked me to go down and talk at theirs. And I've been asked to talk at my old club in Kansas City or in St. Louis. So that would be kind of fun. So I got to learn how to do PowerPoint.
Everybody's saying
I have a
easy.
projector. I have a projector, so I can just hook it to my computer and go.
Hopefully, most of those places do have that equipment, but it's always good to bring your own. I think always be prepared. But yeah, PowerPoint is super easy. You'd pick it up good because that's your strong point. Is like your thumbnails and doing graphics and stuff. You enjoy that so much, and that's what it is. It just can be frustrating because it just you do one thing and then everything changes, and it's the same with Word. A lot of the formatting stuff always frustrated me because it's crazy. But that is easy. You'd pick it up just like that.
It would be really fun to be able to go and visit everybody. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people, so you could get close to where Oinky is and maybe meet us in between there, which would be right about where Keith from KJE, where Tim, where Kenny, Patty isn't super far from that area. Lefty would be able, all the Pennsylvania people, Scotty. I mean, just so many people not too far away. We could definitely make a meet of it.
Yeah, I thought I would try put together two talks right off the bat because Scotty's kind of helped me too because he's how I used to do lots of educational videos, but I don't think people cared about our live streams.
Yeah.
And then I started, hi, Berkeley Bell. Well, and so we would break it up, and I've been doing less and less because you don't want to talk about the same thing. But I've been thinking about talking about going back and doing some of the ones that I did 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I did a really good one on types of rocks for your fish tank once. That was a good stream, I thought. I've done different substrates. I've done a lot of different streams over the past. But the two that I did do last year was identifying guppies. And Grant saw that one. He said he'd like me to do that at his at his club.
That wasn't last year, was it? Wasn't it earlier this year? I was with you on that one.
Well, yeah, this year. These are both this year.
We focused mostly on the tails, right? Didn't we? On most of it, there was some body
tails
stuff,
and bodies.
Yeah.
And because I mean, really, there was a muppy at the swap last week. Did I tell you about that?
No.
John, Select Pet had sold a muppy for $2. And I looked at it and went, what in the heck? And it was a beautiful male muppy.
Yeah, it's too bad they're not, they're sterile, right?
Podium,
yeah.
But maybe he's still just firing blanks.
Yeah.
But he had the Molly tail, but then the fin was a guppy's fin on the back.
That's pretty good.
And a guppy's face. And I should have bought it. It was $2, and some kid bought it. And it's probably
you should have. What you're talking about, though, I think it's a great idea to bring back your educational stuff because you've got all of this other type of stuff, like what we did tonight was a lot of fun, but you also do all the crafted stuff. So you fit some of those in there as well. And you're hitting the gamut right across the board. You're getting all those different things. So Scotty says most clubs have the equipment and will not only pay for all expenses, but will also pay you to talk. You usually can set it up so that you can go from one club to another and it's all paid for. So you can make a trip out of it
Awesome.
and hit up like 5 clubs or something. We all get to hang out for a week or something, and that would be amazing.
It'd be so much fun. Well, I'll have to figure it out with you, Scotty, and do
I'll
that.
come talk, Scotty. What can I talk about?
We'll do Snarf and Barfs.
Yeah, I don't think the club would be too interested in me talking.
Well, and tonight was actually inspired by Oinky, because she wanted me to make something different, and it would have been more practical for the Fish Channel than this. So I will do another show from the fish room, or from the whatever this room is called, the kitchen again. And it'll be fish oriented instead of fun eating oriented. And thank you guys. I've been this time of year I get headaches all the time. It's like I'm a human barometer. You can kind of see how my cheeks are red. I get real red cheeks, and sometimes my nose gets red from the pressure behind my eyes, and I get lots of headaches this time of year. And I've had a headache almost all week long. And yesterday it started to heat up, and it's like my headache disappeared.
Huh.
So yeah, it's either got to be really cold or really hot, and then I'm fine. When I was in St. Louis, I was diagnosed with really bad allergies, and they said I needed to move to Arizona. Instead, I moved to Chattanooga, which is like the opposite.
Yeah. Filled.
But I love it here. So,
Scotty, I really loved doing that panel thing. And Dr. Ted said I did a good job and stuff. Kelly said, so if you need somebody to do a panel moderation next year, I would like to volunteer for that. But Mike Stanball says, you guys hear about the boxing match, pay-per-view, Joey versus Rodrigo from Predatory Fins, and LRB versus Josh of OFR. No, I haven't heard about that. LRB versus Josh. I guess they're of a size, right?
I think Josh is about a foot taller, but I think that LRB is cool with Josh.
Well, it sounds like they're all cool. I think it's supposed to be some kind of thing they're doing. Is it doing it for charity or something, or were you joking? Do these people not like each other? I mean, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that kind of drama.
I'll guarantee that the LRB one's not real, unless it's real, and then it would be like bloodshed.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't follow the drama with all the stuff like that with those kind of channels. And not that I don't like LRBs. I met him.
Oh, I love LRB
2 years ago, and it was a lot of fun. I told that story, right? So Jason was talking about every time you say LRB's name, if you say it 3 times, he shows up in a stream. So we were coming back from lunch. So were you in the car, Ed? Who was in the car with us? Jason, myself, maybe Michelle. I feel like there was at least one other person, but maybe more. We were coming back from lunch. Anyways, we're coming back from lunch, and Jason's telling that story. He says, LRB, LRB, LRB. And then LRB went by in a van right then, right at that second. I was like, holy shit, it works.
Well, I have something for LRB. I was supposed to bring to the Clash to give to Shelby and Grant, but I didn't have room. And then I was going to take it to Aqua Shell and give it to him because he's there right now, and I didn't get to go. So I have to send him a big box, which I didn't want to because when I sent it to Foxy, because it's the same 4 things that I sent to Foxy, it was like $40, I think, for shipping and handling. Yeah. $45. It's expensive.
Scotty, gotcha.
That's a lot of heads.
Dave Black. Hello, Ed and Rico from CJ and David. Always good to see CJ. I haven't seen CJ quite often at all. Hopefully you're both doing well, though. Hopefully LRB is the updated Bloody Mary story. Yeah. It was funny.
You know what? We might be running over somebody. I don't know.
Danny and Gina go at 9, so it's half. That's an hour ago. But
gosh,
Well, that's standard though. My stream. This was our old time slot, the 8 to 10 that you and James had, and then you and myself had, and then I took over once you stopped doing Saturday nights. So 8 to 10 is the standard. So we did go an extra half an hour. I don't know if there's anybody. Well, I can look real quick. Hold on. I'll tell you. Hold, please.
Killer Kitty asked Scotty if he could come to work for the Chattanooga Aquarium. I would love that. And I'd put a good word in for him. Not that I'm anybody but a seasoned member. But if he goes anywhere, it's probably the Gatlinburg Aquarium that he'd be getting a job at, because it's part of the same connections. Like they own Silver Dollar City and the Gatlinburg. It's Rickley's aquarium in Gatlinburg.
Hmm. So Gina did start it at 9, but again, she's used to, we go against each other sort of at that. So that's not a big deal. Motor City Aquatics did a pop-up, and so did Bob Kaler.
Okay.
So those are the people that are, just in case anybody wants to see somebody else. That's all the people I know of currently that are doing them. We own Newport in Vancouver, he said. Scotty did.
I don't know. I've been to the Vancouver Aquarium in Vancouver, BC. I don't know if I've been to the Newport. My aunt lives in Newport, Massachusetts, but that's the New England Aquarium. That's the first aquarium I ever went to. I used to go there every time I've seen my aunt, I go there still today. And I can't believe how small it is. It's so small. It was the greatest aquarium in the world growing up. And now it's like, can't Boston do something to make this better?
Scotty said they just bought Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Well, the Vancouver Aquarium, I think they had a polar bear when I went there that was so old it was going bald. It was pretty sad.
What's wrong with going bald?
No, I mean, like the mange.
I know.
I felt so bad for this polar bear.
Did you see what Oinky said to you too?
Oh no, what did Oinky say?
It'll be an honor and pleasure to help you navigate anywhere you'd like to go here in this area. I freely admit that the NYC area can be a pain in the ass to drive it.
Yeah, I would have no idea how to go anywhere. I'd be afraid to drive it.
I mean, in the city itself is a pain, but once you're away, I mean, like Albany's not that bad, and between there, it's not horrible. It's city, you'd be fine. And once you were out of New York City proper, from out of the boroughs and stuff, you'd be fine. It's not that bad. But yeah, that area.
I've been to Brooklyn a couple times, Manhattan, and every time I've gone, somebody else drove or I took a bus.
Yeah, me too. But I was like 6. I've lived in New York State for 25 years.
In my early 20s.
Yeah, I've been here for like 25 years, and I haven't been to the city once.
Even though I do drive around Atlanta, and I know Atlanta is nothing compared to New York.
But I hear about the driving that's supposed to be horrible in Atlanta. I hear it's horrible.
It's so bad. It's because the people are so nothing. Oh, I'm sorry if we have Atlanta people. There's always wrecks. It's 11 lanes, both directions, okay? But every time you drive those 11 lanes, there's wrecks all over the place. And they have to have fire trucks putting the fires out. One time, they had to shut the highway down because the highway caught on fire. There were guys smoking meth under the highway, and it caught the
overpass
oil that they used to put on the on fire, and it caught the whole asphalt on fire, and they had to shut it down.
They do call it hot Atlanta,
It's insane. It's insane. And it's like, so I like going to Atlanta because it's only an hour and a half drive, really, maybe 2 hours. But if I want to go to the south side, it's 4. But luckily, all the good stuff's on the north side. So like all the good fish stores are on the north side. All the comic book shops are on the north side. Everything cool is on the north side. So you don't have to get into the city. Unless You want to go to the airport or the aquarium or Coca-Cola? That's
See,
it.
that's why,
Unfortunately, it's the airport that I have to go to all the time.
there's nothing around us. I get that. There's no cool stuff unless you like nature, but there's no cool, that kind of stuff you're talking about. But when I used to drive to work, it was like 35 miles, almost due south. I had, at the time, I had two stoplights over those 35 miles, and one of them was the stoplight that I turned into the parking lot where I worked. So, there was only two stoplights that whole way. There was like three stop signs to go with those, and that was it. And there was days I wouldn't see another car for half that trip. I just I prefer that so much. Again, I know I'm losing out on all the cool stuff. There's no museums. I've got to drive an hour and a half, to go see any kind of museums, and even the movie theater that's decent. There's one not too far, but the decent one is a good 45 minutes away. Everything's a 45 minutes to an hour away from us.
My movie theaters are 20 miles from me, but they're at least 45-minute drives because of all the curvy roads to get to them, which is a pain. And
Yeah,
my town is one of the biggest bass fishing tournament towns in America. We have only 6,000 people in this town, but we have about 30 some restaurants and 12 hotels, and we have 14 lights just on the main drag. Because on the weekends when all those bass guys come in,
yeah,
it's jam packed. So they have to have these lights. But
all
it
those bass
stinks.
cards.
90% of the year, there's nobody on the road, but you got to stop at every light.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Skipper's
annoying.
here. He said just got back from working a gun drawing.
Yeah, I hope he won some.
He was working it, so I don't know.
I sent him an invite in case he comes up. But Skipper, we're probably going to wrap it up. We're going late, but we're having fun. So
I get
if
it.
you want to come up, you can tell us about it.
There's stuff you miss when you live in the country, but I don't mind missing those things. I don't feel like I love the fact that I do have so many of the things that I like to do close by, and there's not a lot of people. I just don't have to worry about people.
Well, I get kind of annoyed back and forth. Now St. Louis was a medium-sized city. Not major big, just like 3 million.
Yeah,
but
it's still
here
that's pretty damn big, though. That's a big city. That's a big city.
Well, that's metropolitan area. Actually, nobody lives downtown anymore. The downtown's like 100,000 because everybody moved out of the city. But it's still, that's what supports St. Louis and stuff, or supports the Cardinals and all that. But there's everything you can dream of. Like every store, dozens of them. And now I live in a small city of 800,000 is the metropolitan area. And like, there's really only one real mall. It's just weird.
Yeah, not all the stuff that you were used to.
Yeah, it's
this entire county has about that. This entire county I live in has about that. I think 90,000 in the entire county. And the county I used to work in was only like 31,000 people. That's it in the entire county. I mean, there's some places in Texas where counties have like 100 people. There's some of the counties that are so even more so that. But
my actual county. Oh, Skipper says he has to go to bed. He has to work.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Well, I can't wait to catch up with him. I want to hear about his vacation. I got some fire truck questions I need to ask him. And
let us know what days you have off, Skipper, next week. Maybe we can do a different stream on a different day, or even in the daytime or something with the three of us in the afternoon or something. Awesome. Let us know what days you have off and we can work out something.
But I'm going to start doing not cartoon shorts. I'm going to start doing toy shorts.
Yeah, you said that. I think that's good too. And I like that you're just going to do it right on your channel. Again, that your channel name is Chattanooga Ed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Chattanooga Ed's Aquariums. It's not Chattanooga Ed Aquatics. It's just you. So I think it makes sense just to keep it here. And you know what? Let me ask you, if you don't mind. Not you, but just everybody, you and everybody. So I'm trying to think up new segments I can do on my channel, because I think people are just getting bored of just me talking for 2 hours, So I want to bring in
did that for an hour, for 2.5.
Yeah, but you were doing stuff, you were doing stuff. So I've got like the Snarfer Barf. I've got the Book of Foreman, right? That's where I'm reading from the romance novel Kelly Foreman sent me. I'm looking for what's some other fun things that people would like to do. Like I've got a segment. I'm waiting on Patty to give me the okay on that one. I don't want to mention it, but I have a segment there that's going to be basically 20 questions, but with some twist to it. Well, what's some other segments people would like to see? Or Ed, if you've got any ideas, some things, Mr.
Well,
Edifesto, twin alter ego with Jason. Edifesto, Mr. Edifesto. Any ideas on different little segments I can do? They just need to be something. Interpretive dancing. Nancy. You know what Nancy?
Did Nancy just say?
Interpretive dancing.
Oh.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. That's a good answer, though, Nancy.
Pulling up black windows once you go down. You must be crazy if you think that I'ma slow down. I wanna hear it talk about shit windows once you go down. You must come and I'm missing.
There was my interpretive dancing.
That was beautiful. Killer Kitty said, I like the sharing pics of people's areas and nature pics. Yeah, but I ran out of pictures to share because people stopped sending them to me. So,
I've been taking pictures of things in front of my house for like a year to send you, and I never do.
I stopped asking because I went through all the ones I had. We did ones of people's pets, and then we also did one of something that was close to them, either in their neighborhood or very close to home that they thought was cool that they wanted to show. It didn't have to be nature related. It could have been, Xanadu. What's up, Mark?
I got to go back to where everybody's talking. Good Lord, it's hot in this room.
Do you want to finish?
For 1 second.
10:30.
I'm going to open the window.
Okay. We can end if you want. It's 10:30. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's end. We've been going for so long, but thank you guys so much for hanging out. But maybe you could do a video or a show where people show you 5 of their tank, or like have 5 people show you a tank. And just one of their tanks. Okay. So that way, like a guy like me could be on there a whole bunch.
That would be a good idea.
And then Craig could get off my back for not showing off my tanks.
Yeah,
I'm just teasing.
Craig, get off his back.
Craig. I really made a mistake just now. You never make fun of an Australian.
They're far away. You can't do nothing. Scotty wants to know if you're buying a fire truck.
Maybe.
What's up with that?
I think it would be noticeable and cool, wouldn't it?
It seems like it'd be high, gas usage. Where are you going to drive it to?
Our gas is pretty low here.
Diesel?
Oh, I don't know what our diesel is.
I'm assuming. I mean, I'm sure that all fire trucks are diesel, but I bet a big percentage of them is.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens because it'd be pretty fun. I could get into any parade I wanted.
He said he had fire truck questions. Scotty said.
I do. I have lots of fire truck questions. I think it'd be cool to have a Star Wars fire truck.
A Star Wars fire truck.
Yeah.
Which would it be? Would it be the Rebels or the Empire?
Rebels, because orange and white.
Okay.
It'd be more appropriate.
And would you dress up? What would you dress up to drive it? Like Princess Leia in the in her slave costume?
No, X-wing. Or, you could be in those goofy hats. Those ones that were real big.
From the
they were
Death
like
Star?
Long and big. It's at the very beginning. It was at the very beginning of the first Star Wars movie when they were wearing gray and black and Vader's killing them all and the stormtroopers are shooting them and they get Leia.
Okay. Yep.
You could wear those hats.
All right. We should go.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming up, or not coming up, but coming out and hanging out with us. And it was a lot of fun. Thank you for putting up with me for cooking. I don't think there's been many cooking shows on the Fish Fam, so I tried something different. Put in the comments if you hated it, but don't tell me now because I'd feel bad.
Yeah, wait till later.
Like 2 hours and I'll be asleep. And thank you, Rico, for coming up and having a lot of fun with me. You're awesome.
It's always a blast. I always miss it when I can't make it. It always makes me feel worse. Oh, look at that. Killer Kitty right at the end gifted 5 memberships.
Thank you, Killer.
She's always so nice.
She is. And thank you for all my memberships. Y'all rock. And thank you for my mods for being really good and keeping Dennis in check. Because without the mods, I don't know what Dennis would do.
Which Dennis? Dapper Dennis or Dennis?
Dapper Dennis with that hat.
Okay.
He's a character.
I'm not here, Dennis. Bigfoot. I forgot this channel name is Bigfoot.
Yep. Now I think I look more Asian like this.
Oh,